Okay. You remember me telling you about that attic job? Welcome to the Dope and Tape Show. Today is a special day. We have a plumber, right?
Yeah, Master
Episode
Plumber.
54. A plumber. His Instagram is the greatest tradesman, and he has some awesome content. And you've been doing it for a while, right? You've had your Instagram for a little bit, right?
About 2 years or so. Yeah, not
2 years.
too long. I mean, been trying to be consistent with it, so just
Right.
building it up.
So where do you live?
Cape Cod, Mass, a
Oh,
town
wow.
called Mashpee. Yeah,
That's where I vacation, kid. That's where I'm
yeah,
going on vacation. He lives
yeah. It's
there.
vacation
When are you
land.
leaving, Bobby?
Sometimes in the near future.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that off
Don't
script.
need to know basis.
Yeah.
I gotta pretend I'm working at all times, so I can't let the people know when I'm going on vacation, but it's coming up. It's coming up, kid. Oh, awesome.
I
Yeah, so
think we're gonna
he's
go to
down
the
in my neck of
beach.
the woods. The beach?
Right.
Which beach do you go to when you're in Georgia?
Well, there is a beach in Georgia, but it's not that great. It's not the beautiful white sand. It's the
What's the
Atlantic. So
closest beach in that from you?
closest, I would say, like the typical
Let me hit up Discord.
places you go is like Destin, Florida, and Panama City, and it's like 5 hours.
Let this thing get rolling before we jump into the
I've
nitty
been
gritty.
there
Let
probably
everybody
30
join.
times.
It's 5 hours to the beach, kid?
Yeah,
Jesus,
Holy shit. This guy's got like
yeah, five
probably
hours.
10 minutes, not even to the
less
beach.
than that. 5 minutes.
Wow.
5 minutes to the water, to the ocean. Yep.
So do you go a lot?
Oh hell yeah,
So,
go all the time.
yeah,
Fishing, swimming,
You
whatever.
you catching
Boating, everything.
striper yet this year?
Not this year. No.
I'm hoping to catch some when
About
I go down.
about 5 years ago, I spent every morning at the Cape Cod Canal fishing, and I got really good at fishing for stripers, but just got so busy with
They
running a
changed the
business
slot. The
and
slot's way down
everything.
right now, right?
It is, yeah.
Those
To be honest with you, I
bastards.
don't even know because I told you before we came on, I'm a Native American. We have hunting and fishing rights, so we could pretty much, well, not pretty much, we can hunt and fish without regulation. So
Whoa.
we can keep whatever we want. So
That's fucking
hopefully,
sick.
yeah, it is cool, but hopefully people are respectful of the fact that, the reason the rules are there is because the fishery needs help. Keeping little fish and huge fish all the time doesn't help anybody, doesn't help the fish. So, I try to be respectful of it, but if I get a fish that's an inch or two below or above the slot, it's coming home and getting fried up. So it
Yeah,
is cool.
baby.
Yep.
So, how long you been a plumber?
Jesus. Let's see, I'm 37. 18 years.
Was plumbing your first
18
choice?
fucking years. No. So I went to community college for a little over 3 weeks, and I dropped out immediately. Decided I didn't want to do it, and
Sick.
so I didn't know what I wanted to do. But my dad was at a bar one night, and he met a local plumbing business owner, and chit chatted with him, and got me a job as an apprentice, and took off from there.
That's it.
Wow.
Someone got you in. Pops.
Yeah, yeah.
Pops is like, you're gonna be a plumber,
Pops got
boy.
me in. Yeah. Oh
This is
yeah.
a good job.
Yeah. My dad was a carpenter and did
Oh,
all kinds of
so he
stuff like
knew.
that.
He's
So
seen
he
the
was
plumbers
psyched.
on the job. He's like, I'm setting you
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. He hooked me up good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You're in a great
I had a
spot.
kid here tonight. He just left. He said he's like 18, 19. And he said, "Man, I'm looking for a job." And as soon as I heard that, I was like, "Well, I got something for you. I'll have you a job tomorrow."
Yep.
No, did you?
I was like, "In fact, just stay here tonight. I'm taking you with me. Let's go."
Oh, you
It's
gotta
hard to
tell us
find
about
kids that want
that.
to work.
If you really hook them up, get them a job.
Tell him you could do some man shit. You know.
Everybody, welcome. What do we got? We got Jeremy. I see Chris. I see Jeremy, and I see Chris. I see Tommy. I see Chad. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. Hit the like button wherever you're at. Subscribe, all that. Shaggy, what's going on? Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you guys. We got a plumber from my neck of the woods. The
So do you
greatest
mainly deal
tradesman.
with residential, or are you doing commercial as well, or?
Yeah. Very light commercial on occasion, mostly residential, and mostly what I do is remodeling, a little bit of new construction, a little bit of service work, but the vast majority of my work out here on the Cape is remodeling. There's just so many houses that need work out here, and there's so much money that people remodel their houses every few years. So
Wow.
I work for a couple of builders that just keep them rolling,
Do
over
you
and
see
over.
sprinkler in those houses?
Not generally.
That
Occasionally I see older sprinkler heads.
Yeah, but like in these new builds on these big sick houses on the Cape, no one's doing that orange
No,
CPVC.
no, and I was going to ask you about that because I'm trying to think.
Bastards.
Maybe like 5 to 7 years ago, they had a big thing where they were going to push plumbers to start installing sprinklers through Uponor. Uponor PEX, Worsbro.
Yeah, it's
So
still they're
Uponor.
starting to do the PEX thing, but they weren't gonna let you
Oh,
guys
they
put
are.
this. They weren't gonna let you guys put the sprinkler heads in.
Right, right. So they were going to have us run like the halo around each floor, and then what? You had to call in a sprinkler fitter
And,
just to
and
screw in that last fitting.
screw in the head, or like come and cut the. You guys are gonna put like a loop, and we would have to come cut the T's, or
Yeah, I think that's
uh,
why it kind of fizzled out.
yeah,
It's an expensive system.
well
The
for
fire
sure.
alarm is like that too. Like when, like typically with jobs, like if I'm gonna bid a big fire alarm job, I will contract an electrician to run the conduit, and
Yeah.
then sometimes I'll hire him to run the wire and then the conduit, and then I'll have my fire alarm guys program and install the equipment.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean it sucks, but like that
JW,
is kind of the way to do it.
just watering my bushes. No rain here. Shaggy, no rain. Who's JW? JW's forced to be here. No, you want to be here. That's why you're here. Thank you for joining us.
So do you have your own company? You do your own kind
Yeah,
of thing?
yeah. I have my own company. It's just a small shop, just me and a helper right now.
Okay.
So kind of deciding which way to go. Keep it small, keep it all, or grow it. I've had a little bit of a more size to my crew. I've had like 4 or 5 guys at one time, but kind of had to ease back, take my time. So I'm happy where I am right now, but we'll see. When they grow in the future.
It's more common to see like the plumbers go on their own than to see like
Yeah,
this than to see the sprink.
I think
If they
it's less insurance. And then there's also, I also believe that there's more of an abundance of work because it's more generalized.
well, there's more pipes.
well, yeah. I
Like
mean,
there's
you
more
guys, you
linear
guys
feet
don't
of
have
pipes,
systems in residential houses for the most part, right? What
right?
No,
about in
not
the
unless
city? You
you're in
guys have a lot of
California, and that's
systems.
still really new.
Yeah, any commercial building has a full sprinkler system, but still it
Right,
doesn't. You guys are going to the same location with usually multiple pipes,
right, right, right,
where
right.
we
But I mean, you guys aren't in residential though, for the most part.
I mean, if it's a three family or bigger, if it's a high rise
Yeah,
apartment building, we're in there. But just like a
yeah,
single family or a two family, or
right,
we got to get in there though. We got to get them to start pushing it.
yeah,
if it's in the gutted phase, it really wouldn't be that much to put in a sprinkler system. Have some peace of mind and a little bit of an insurance cut.
yeah. Come to think of it, actually, I am working on a condo right now. That's I don't know if they're condos or townhouses, like a fourplex townhouse that's got a sprinkler system in it. They are around,
Yeah,
but like you said, it's a lot of it's based on insurance. It's like if there's a homeowners association or if
size
there's,
of the building.
you know, yeah,
Look at
you know,
Bry on his other screen. He's trying to use it. Do you know how to use it? You got YouTube
I'm
open?
working on it. Hey, don't call me out on this stuff. I'm clicking away to try to figure this thing out. Okay?
Yo, just open YouTube, put it up in one corner, open Twitch, the other corner. I
you
got
had it set up
Facebook up
nice on the
here,
story earlier. What happened, bro?
and then I got Google open in case something rogue comes. I can just fucking ask my buddy Google. Jeremy, it's
So it's
good.
it's crazy. So when we
Oh,
started Dope and
hold on,
Tape,
Jeremy.
that was my first. That's the first time I ever had a computer. Like that was the thing. Like me and Bobby were like, "Oh, we're gonna do this," and I was like, "Crap, I need a computer."
Would you buy a
Boom. Went
MacBook?
And
right to
then
Best Buy.
four
Yeah.
months down the road, I have two monitors. Like,
Yeah.
I was sending him.
and I'm
I was
still trying
sending
to
him
figure
links
this
to
out.
to like a custom gaming laptop,
Oh Jesus! You spend all his
like a
money
nice
for him.
little Alienware. It would have been the same amount of money that he spent, I think,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I
On a
ended up going
MacBook,
with a
yeah.
MacBook Pro,
and it would have
Yeah.
had
but
the good graphics processor.
They are nice computers.
when
But
we get it more into like video editing. So in September when we go to cover AFSA, we I'm going to be using the software that's on the Mac a lot. So
yeah,
in
when you do Google searches about how to edit like that, that computer comes with a really good software. iMovie? I think it's iMovie.
yeah, it's iMovie. I've been watching YouTube videos and stuff, and
Oh shit,
just
just enough to
while
get
I work,
dangerous, kid.
I have something in the background.
All
So
right, Jeremy, it's good plumbers don't do springs as their plumbing costs are expensive already, and to add fire sprinklers would be pushed aside due to cost. Then the importance of residential fire wouldn't become a safety focus, more of an accessory. Yeah,
I buy that.
it's
We
all
have
just
enough to do.
they got enough to do.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, I know guys on Nantucket that don't even do gas fitting. They'll just go and do plumbing and send, completely different company, different contract, not subbed out by the plumber. Just they don't touch any gas piping at all. They just do plumbing. I mean,
holy
I do
shit.
everything, but yeah, we got, there's a lot to do to put a plumbing system in. We don't really need anything on top of it.
right, yeah,
Vinny,
y'all
what
stay
up?
pretty busy. So what do you think about the ProPress?
I love
Yeah,
it. Big fan. Yeah. No, I've been pressing since pretty close to the beginning. Um, Definitely has its place. I use it for 90% of the boilers I do. I actually did a decent sized boiler job about a month ago, and I decided I was going to solder everything. And it's all about the math of it, because if I'm putting in 200 press fittings that cost, you know, each of them costs $10 on average more than a solder fitting, right? So you're looking at a couple grand worth of savings. And I'm thinking to myself, all right, I can just solder this, system, and it's going to take me an extra 4 hours. So theoretically, soldering might, make you more money on that job. But it's just we're in the age now where I've been pressing for like 10 years. So like to go through and solder everything, it's just, I'm not in
yeah.
the rhythm of it like I used to be. I used to solder everything. A
Hmm.
whole house was all getting soldered, and now it's like everything gets pressed. So it's like to go backwards is kind of difficult now.
I still solder,
No, I
baby.
get that.
If something goes wrong, because I'm not
I
set up. I'm
solder,
not set up to press, so I just
I
like,
solder, but usually not when something goes wrong. If
yeah.
something
Well,
goes wrong, I'm pressing it.
yeah, that's true.
You know,
Watching from the truck while we wait for the store to close, so we can change the heads. The system's already drained. What time's the store close? It's 9:15. You guys are chilling till 10. The whole show, perfect.
Chill until
Down
10.
in
Nice.
New Seabury, there's condos with fire sprinkler setups. That where the job is, Keys?
nope, nope. This
Oh,
is
J-
in a different golf community in my town
oh,
called
J-
Southport.
oh, JW is your person.
JW. Who's that?
I don't know.
Oh, Jeremy.
They're in the
Jeremy.
comments. Solder gang.
Yep.
Hashtag solder gang. Yeah, buddy.
So we
Solder
cannot
gang.
really do the ProPress because of the pressures,
Yeah.
the fire protection.
What's the pressure you guys run at?
Oh, they go all over the place. But typically, I want to say here in Atlanta, 150, 175.
And press won't handle that. Huh? I don't know what regular pro press is rated at, but I would have guessed it's over 100 at least.
I want to
It's
be.
got to
I
be. I
want
mean,
to.
we
I
tested
want
at
to.
125.
I want a 300 rating
Yeah,
on
yeah,
my
you're not gonna
system.
Well,
get
I
that on
mean,
press pro
you have
press.
to do a hydrostatic testing, which
You
is
have you
above
have
that.
to you have to test it at 200 minimum, depending on your
Yeah,
pressure. Like a lot of times, I'm never able to hit 200 because my pressure is always 175. So I'm always
yeah,
testing at a minimum of 225, and right there you exceed the pro press's pressure.
yeah.
And then
But you guys don't run a lot of copper, anyways, right? You're running black iron pipe, right? Or is it
yeah,
Usually,
ductile?
I've done copper. So domestic systems are sometimes copper, and
Oh yeah.
I've done a copper. I've installed a copper fire sprinkler system in a pizzeria.
Hmm.
very very minimal though.
Yeah,
I've done a couple
only one time
MRI
in my
rooms,
career.
couple MRI rooms where we used copper.
So you guys generally sweat that,
We were at the
Yeah.
time, yeah.
and so what are you running like 1 inch lines around a room?
Yep, basically all copper. So that's different.
Yeah,
Like you
yeah.
said, you're out of the groove. You're in a whole different groove than what you're
Yeah, I
used
mean,
to.
I still sweat pipes, even for like a regular residential house, there's little things that you sweat pipes for. There's, certain shower valves show up that either don't have threaded connections or press connections that you got to sweat onto. We sweat onto support brackets and little stuff like that. We make little repairs here and stuff like that. I still sweat so I can get away with it. But if I got a water main that's a 2 inch or inch and a half water main and it's dripping on me, I want nothing to do with sweating that thing. I just want to
Yeah.
press it and go home.
Yeah. What up, Wayne?
So have you ever had a blowout?
A blowout
I think
meaning
it's
like
over
a pipe let
300.
go?
Yeah.
Copper systems for old basement
No.
suites. Oh yeah, in residential, yeah, you have exposed copper too when there's like instead of plastic. Sorry, I'm just reading in the comments.
It's all good. So the only time I've had a pipe blowout, so to speak, was on a boiler that I helped a buddy do, and it was a one press joint that got missed, didn't get pressed, and that's why they have you draw the little line on it and whatever, check it off. So we were in a rush. We pressed the system together. He livened it up. We took off. I got a phone call the next day, like 6 in the morning. There was like an inch or two of water in the basement. Thankfully, it was in the basement, but he's like, yeah, that system was good all night, and then it blew off this morning and filled up the basement with steam, and we missed this press and blah blah blah. So that's when I realized I love ProPress, but I really prefer Viga over anything else because they have the system where if you don't press a fitting, it it is designed to leak right away. As soon as it sees water, it's going to spray water out everywhere. Where most of the other fittings like Nibco and Mueller, those things will hold a decent amount of pressure. Like that boiler, was running 15, 20 psi for 12 hours before it decided to let go. So,
Oh man, that's
I
awful.
mean, there was
yeah,
a 1 inch 90 at a place here in Atlanta. This building is 30 years old, and just last year it let out.
press
And
90.
it just no, it was a plastic, CPVC plastic,
Oh
held
God.
for 30 years.
Yeah. Did you see
Freaking
it? Was
crazy.
it glued or?
No, nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah. That's the
Dry,
scary thing about
dry,
CPVC
dry
too.
fit, kid.
Yeah.
Dry
Dry
fit
dry
held
fit
30
CPVC
years.
will hold.
That's
So
scary.
I had a blowout at my house. So this is a long time ago. I was pretty young. And I was remodeling a bathroom and I ran some new pipe and I guess my
We are
bucket, or I
live.
had
Click
to go
here.
from this is kind of before I was like learning, like, so I was going from either CPVC or CPVC. Well, yeah, you get what I'm saying. PVC, CPVC. So I
Yeah.
was somewhere it got like mixed
Yeah.
and I put a different diameter fitting on
Yeah.
there and it held for a day. And then around like 2 a.m., I
Of course.
hear, I get woken up by it sounded like someone was taking a shower. And
Yeah.
I sit there for a second. I'm like, what is that? And I'm like, shit, shit, shit. I just get up and I run. I was my underwear and I
Yeah.
ran down to the end of my driveway. And at the time I had 10 acres. So I was like running
Yeah.
and turned it off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, so much freaking water.
That's the stress of being a plumber is, everything I touch. I mean, you guys know.
Yeah.
Oh
Anything you touch
damn,
involving
YouTube's
water,
popping. YouTube's popping. What's up, YouTube? Madison Roberts, the greatest tradesman's waving to you. The greatest
Ooh,
trade.
shark
Madison
bites.
Madison Roberts waving at you.
I love
Daryl
some
Rich,
shark bites.
copper system for old basement suites and houses. I seen copper in parking garage from Doug in Hawaii. You doing in Hawaii, Doug?
If I
Checking out the
replace
sprinklers.
backflows, I just cut them and then shark bite them on there with
You
a new
see, even
backflow.
electricians, they
Boom.
go to, they're on vacation in Hawaii with their wife. They're checking out the sprinkler systems. I've seen copper pro press dry systems in 13R settings. Can't imagine the material cost. Boiler system pressure shouldn't blow apart a fitting.
why not? If it's not pressed, of course it'll blow it apart.
Shark bites all day, baby. I
I
can't.
love shark bites, man.
I've
Shark
never,
bites are
I've,
legal in Mass now.
I've never done one.
So I believe
Never?
that
Never,
they make.
never. I'll stuff that shit with
uh,
Wonder Bread and fucking solder it before I'll put a fucking shark bite.
I had a fire
I don't think I've
marshal
ever gotten
tell
paid for one.
when I was an apprentice. I had a fire marshal tell us to take shark bites out because we shark bite It was a sprinkler system that was tied to the domestic off of a toilet, and we just sharp biked that thing in there, and then the fire marshal was like, "Take that off. You got to thread it, thread it or
Sha-
glue it."
Shaggy says that Brian's Argo shirt is fire. Is that from Daryl? It's got to be, right?
Has to be.
Greatest tradesman is a man's
Oh, Guinness,
man.
baby.
Anthony
Cheers to that.
Bonino.
Botino.
Botino. My wife says the nerding out while on vacation sounds familiar. Isn't it? I'm always nerding out on vacation. Usually finding shit that's wrong, right? You're on some fucking island somewhere and you're like, how the fuck did they get away with this shit?
Yeah, I walked into. I think I told this story before, but I walked into
No
a
shark bites on
hotel,
sprinklers.
and as soon as I walked into the
Where's the
hotel, I like
soundboard at?
looked around, and I was like, "Oh no!" And then my ex-wife was like, "What's going on?" I was like, "This fire alarm system's terrible. Like, it's gonna go off while we're here." She's like, "No, it's not." I was like, "It is." She's like, "There's no way you'll know." I was like, I know."
Did
So the
it?
last day, oh yeah, the last day after a week there, we stayed there for 7 days. The last day around like 4 a.m., it went off, and I was like, "I told you, I fucking told you." So because I made all the kids and I made everybody keep their pajamas next to the bed because I told them it's not gonna go off. So I was like, "See, told you, put your pajamas on. Let's go." Hey, the fire truck didn't even roll in with sirens. He was just chilling.
Oh, he knew?
It was back for the
Oh
third
yeah,
time.
He knew. They go there every
oh
night.
yeah. I'm sure they just mail them fines like every
Yeah.
week.
Every sprinkler building in Tybee is green. Say what? Every sprinkler building in Tybee is green. No shark
Tybee
bites on
Island.
sprinklers.
It was
I,
shark bites wouldn't handle the
I
pressure
don't get it.
either. Obviously, if press fittings don't.
Every sprinkler building in Tybee is green.
I think they hold pretty good. Don't they hold like
Not sure.
175?
They might
What?
hold 175, but there's no way they're rated more than press fittings.
Oh, we want some lessons in the trade so far, either in business or technique from Anthony.
Okay.
Let's see. What do you got? Give us some lessons.
Hold up. What is the maximum temperature and pressure rating for sharp bite fitting? Sharp bite fittings are certified to 200 psi and 200 degrees, 93 Celsius.
Putting that second screen to work, kid.
That's pretty damn
Look at
good.
me go. I am no more crawling. I am walking.
I love
You
that
see me
shit.
walking?
Huh? Yep, that's great.
All right.
You're doing it awesome. Every sprinkler is green. Not sure where building came from. I don't know. It still doesn't make sense to me.
So what are some tips and
Talking,
tricks of
you're
a
talking
plumber?
green bulb, 200 degree. I don't get it. Yeah, give us some tips and tricks, techniques
Tips and
so far.
tricks. All right. First tip: buy yourself a pro press gun. Throw away your torch. No.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a million tips and tricks. You'd have to be in the game for a while to learn them, and hopefully, people that follow me can pick up on some of that stuff. But to be honest with you, there's a million things. There's like, I'm sure you guys have the same thing where it's little intricacies where certain things with your hands just work differently. The way you take measurements and mark pipe and little tiny things, and there's 1,000 different things that you do in a day that all add up to being a
Yeah,
good
all
tradesman.
add up to just saving saving a second, saving another
Yeah,
second, saving
yeah,
another second.
yeah. So I mean, there's a million of them. You know.
The tips of the I like that where everybody's sharing the tips and the tricks and they're not hiding them anymore. Let's get
On
the tips.
Instagram.
Let's get the tips
Yeah,
and the tricks out there. Yep, this
yeah, right.
some of
For
us are
sure.
some of us are sharing them. Share
Yeah,
away.
you got to share them. I mean, I when I was an apprentice, I worked under a really good journeyman that showed me 1,000 good tips and tricks. But there's so many kids that get hooked up with some dickhead that doesn't want to show you anything.
The
Yeah.
fuck, I hate
And he's
that.
like,
I've heard
get in
that
the
a
hole and
lot.
shut your mouth.
And that is
I hate
ridiculous.
that. Oh,
It
I hate
sucks.
that.
It sucks. Because like I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing if I got hooked up with the wrong guy that did that to me. You know what I mean? So I got hooked
Yeah.
up with somebody that was willing to teach me everything. I happened to be somebody that wanted to learn everything, and it just took
Sorry,
off from there.
Check me out, Darian. Yeah, you like, and that is, I guess, and that's kind of luck. That's like a luck thing. If you get paired up with a shitty journeyman or a shitty teacher.
Yep. Yeah, but the kids have to speak up for themselves working for bigger companies like that, Because I mean, like I said, when I first started, I worked with a great guy that showed me a lot of good stuff. But I've also, as an apprentice, later on worked with guys that were just assholes. And, if you're a kid that's in a shitty spot like that, you got to speak up and,
I've worked for them
go talk to your
assholes, and you
manager or
can
whatever.
you try to pick through their shell, and you get some shit out of them.
Yeah.
They might be pricks
Yeah.
about it, but
Yeah. Yep.
um,
For sure. Yep. I worked with
whatever.
one guy that was actually after I was licensed. Um, I worked with a guy, and then you get guys that aren't licensed plumbers, but, have been in the trade for 30, 40 years and, they work on their own and, they get all the same treatment as a licensed plumber and they think they're hot shit. And sometimes, like you said, you got to break them down and basically let them know, hey, I'm 20 years younger than you. I've got the same, level of knowledge or somewhat similar. There's no reason for you to be a hard ass about it. We're working together,
Yeah.
So
Show me your
I've
license.
I've gone through scenarios like that. Yeah, yeah. Hopefully, you don't have to say "show me your license" because
Well, I had to do
it's
that a lot in the beginning because I was young. I got my
yeah,
license. I got my license very young.
yeah,
When I got my license non-union, I was able to journey up 8,000 hours exactly, and I was tracking my hours at the end.
yep,
So I got it like as soon as I possibly could, and
yeah. I
and
did
then
too in my
I'm
journeymans.
I'm working with people like you're talking about that are they're way older than me, which I respect that, and I want to learn from them, but they're still treating me like I'm just like some idiot when I got the exact same license that they got. Like,
Right,
oh, what's is mine different?
right,
Show me yours.
right,
I want to see if
right,
yours is different than mine.
right, right. Or
Well,
if
so
they
here
even have one, right?
in Georgia with the inspections and stuff, you get guys caught up with numbers. So, like, if you've been doing it for a long time, you have a three-digit number, inspection number.
Oh yeah.
Like my dad's, like I think it's like um nine, like mid 900s, and then mine's like 1,000 and like a digit, you know. But then you get guys that are, it's like, well, I have a lower number than you. I've been doing it for longer for you. This is an ego
All
thing.
right. So it's like a
Mm,
license number,
yeah.
Yeah.
right?
Massachusetts has license number too, and they just go by every trade, whether you're every trade goes into this license number. My father had a four-digit number.
It's the same pool, right,
I think
for
I'm
all
in
the
the
trades.
yeah, I think I'm
Yeah.
in like the hundred thousands.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm
that
at
that shit's up there.
my master license is 311.95, so 31,000.
Nice. And how long ago was
Well,
that?
I don't know, 8 or 9 years ago, I think. Yeah.
It can't be every trade, can it?
My backflow license is a three-digit number too. I think they're in the four. They've been in four
Yeah, both
digits for a long time.
both of my license numbers are 5 digits.
I guess I'm gonna have to look now.
Yeah, it's
What your
either
number
either
is?
you're reading the number wrong or it's a different number.
Yeah, I mean, let's see. Where is that fucking thing? Come on,
Yeah, in the
baby.
comments said that you should insure your hands.
Oh, he's a funny guy. Like,
Yeah.
I
What happened,
spliced
dude?
him up today.
Oh yeah, tell
Oh,
us
dude,
about that.
I had a nice brand new
Where the
set of
fuck is my
rigid
money
PVC
maker?
shears. The ratcheting cutters. I
Yeah.
bought them. I didn't have the right size about a week ago for a job, and I bought them. So they probably made one cut on PVC. They're still brand new, and somehow they ended up in my tool bag, face up with the blade up and the blade open. And you would think I'd be looking at whatever tool I was trying to grab out of my tool bag, but apparently, I don't know. I just jammed it right in there,
There she is.
How
and
bad is it?
basically, um, it could be worse. But I mean, it took about 15, 20 minutes to stop it from bleeding. So just slightly under the need for stitches. It's not
Yeah.
terrible, but it
Me and
was kind of shitty.
me and Bobby, we both keep tourniquets. So I
Yep.
have tourniquets and I have like combat gauze, the gauze with that with the
Yeah, like trauma pads.
filament in it. Yeah,
I
where
got
it stops bleeding.
compressed gauze, and there's really bandages and
I use the
Yeah,
quick
gauze
clot.
way more than I thought I would.
yeah.
The quick
I
clot.
I just bought the Milwaukee first aid kit, the pack out kit. I don't know, 2 months ago or so. It came in handy because I'm never really prepared for shit like that, you know. So I mean, having some kind of first aid kit definitely bailed me out today.
I
Definitely
got
recommend get you a couple of tourniquets, if not for you, but
Yeah,
to save someone
get the
on.
real ones. Just
yeah,
spend
Yeah,
the 20-30 bucks for the Cat 5.
yeah.
It's gotta say CAT. So I got Sprinkler Journeyman 149,855. 149,855. I think that they're.
Yeah, that's
I
a
think
different system than ours.
is it?
it was
Yeah,
Bobby had a situation, and if Bobby didn't have his tourniquet, guy would have probably died, bled out.
really.
He was getting pretty close. I mean, the medics were there shortly after, but that was some. That dude was
What
leaking.
was that? A power tool
That
accident?
dude was leaking. No, dude was cutting a box, like before start time, just like
Oh,
cutting a box. This floor guy,
yeah.
and slipped, and he had this little teeny puncture inside leg under his knee. It was like
Oh,
maybe 3 inches below his knee on the inside of his leg.
big veins down there.
Bro, that thing was leaking. I
Really?
never seen a leak like that coming out of somebody, and he was calm. He was
Damn.
fucking pretty calm, that guy. But
Yeah,
no Inglés. No,
yeah,
dude didn't speak a lick of English.
yeah.
You
Oh,
know, and I'm
he's
trying to
lucky
put the
you were
tourniquet.
there
I'm
to help him
trying to
out.
put the tourniquet like mid thigh, and he's got like a bunch of shit in his pocket.
Oh man,
But I just,
That's
you
crazy.
don't really need to speak the same language to communicate. So
no,
Yeah, not to wrap up his leg in that
he emptied
spot.
his pocket quick. But
Yeah,
then I never seen him again. The medics were wicked cool because dude just immediately handed me a new Cat 5. He's like, here, bro, thank you.
nice. That's cool.
Because once you use it, it's toast,
yeah,
Yeah,
right? I mean,
hundred
it's
percent worth
probably
it.
reusable, but it's not worth it. Just get yourself a new one.
So I got a wife and I got kids, and I keep them in my Jeep, like several of them, one for each person. These
Who is
um the number one
chat's
cause of
popping
death
off?
is loss of blood in a car accident,
Hmm.
and I would
Yeah.
imagine it's the same
On a
in
job site.
on a job site. Unless you're in
I'm sure.
Atlanta, then you got to worry about crane weights hitting you in the head.
Or getting shot.
Jeez,
That's
or
it.
getting shot. Yeah.
I did see a graphic video of like an alligator that ripped off a guy's arm behind a bar. I don't know why there'd be alligators
Behind a
behind the.
bar?
Yeah,
Where's
it's
this place at? I'm going.
Florida.
if you
Gotta
could
have been
guess one
Florida.
state,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly, it's Florida.
Louisiana.
And man, the poor bastards, everyone's trying to help, and they're like he's rolling around in the sand with his stub, and
Oh,
they wrap a belt on it. You gotta have a
whatever it
tourniquet.
takes.
Have your tourniquet
Yeah.
near and steer, baby. The greatest tradesman, ensure those hands. People helping people, teach the youth. Yes, Doug. What journeyman was that, GT? JW, who taught you? Who taught you, JW? Everybody's asking who
JW.
taught.
Jeremy.
A lot of these basic trades my
I'm gonna
current boss has taught
I'm
me a
gonna leave
lot
my
about WAF and where live currently.
teacher nameless.
Experience is
So how do you
everything.
come about finding your apprentice?
Hello,
My
everyone. What
apprentice?
up, Eric?
Yeah. How do you pick them?
I actually
Damn, you guys are fucking chatting it up. I can't keep up.
I came about mine kind of by happenstance. He's actually my apprentice is my second cousin, which could lead to a whole separate topic of conversation working in and around family. But it's been really good working with him. Um, we both were involved with the project for the tribe. We're both part of a Native American tribe in Mashpee, Mass, where we're from, and so it was kind of like a requirement to work on the project. Is that I needed to make available the work to other tribal members of our tribe. So my second cousin is my apprentice now. He started on that job with me, and we did it for maybe 8 months. Got through the job, and he's stuck with me ever since. So it's been good. But I mean, I've had 3 different apprentices, and you kind of just got to try them out. First you got to find somebody willing, and then second you got to see if they're willing to stick with it, and third, see if they're, gonna be able to pick up the skills to keep it going. So, he's doing good. Steps 1 and 2 are going well. He works hard. A lot of kids aren't willing to go that far nowadays. So,
I think it's getting worse.
yeah, it is getting worse. Um, you can see just other kids on other crews that are just you know, not into it. Not they
Yeah,
just don't hustle
absolutely. I mean,
like we
today,
do.
like I was telling the kid, I was pouring my soul out into the kid about fire protection. They're so
Yeah.
excited. And then
Yeah.
my wife is like, "Oh, you can work at my law firm." I was like, "Shut up!" Like,
Oh, I didn't see you on Facebook, Tyson. What are you doing on Facebook? Tyson's
Facebook's
on
for old people.
Facebook. You're showing your age, Tyson.
yeah, man.
Knowledge equals my worth. You can't always give it away for free. You take the chance of getting yourself out of a position. I don't know. I mean, you
No,
could
there's
have the
no,
same knowledge as me. I still don't necessarily think you'll do it as good or as
no,
fast.
absolutely.
Well, it also
Or
comes in
look as
willingness,
good
and
doing
then
it, baby. Then
Takes
oh,
years.
now he's on Twitch. Now he's on Twitch. Having the knowledge and knowing what next is what equals my worth to the company. I make more because of what I know. You can't always give the knowledge away to someone not willing to put the work and learn and make the mistakes because you take the chance of someone coming up ahead of you even though you have the time and they can potentially surpass your position. I mean, yeah, if you can pass me, the power to you, brother.
Yeah.
I never worried about it.
You better be working every
But
fucking
like
day.
I've
my
never worried about
Alex was with
anyone but
me,
myself.
my apprentice, well, my used to be apprentice, and we were doing it my way, and he only knew my way. And I was teaching him all these things. And but once he left me, he went to a guy who's been doing it for like 30 something years.
Yeah.
And then they, instead of getting done in half a day, they would spend the whole day doing it. And then it was just so much slower. And then how he went about doing the inspection was completely different
Pop it
than
off.
how
Fucking
I did
laser
it. And
beams.
so, I've been doing it a lot shorter time than that guy.
Yeah. Yeah, but who wants to learn
They,
something two or three different times? You know what I mean?
Jeremy
Well, that
says
comes down to the person who's actually being an apprentice. It is
Right.
on you to keep track of your time. It's
Right.
on you to go after your certifications. It's
Yep.
on you to get certified. It's on you to get your license. You cannot rely on anybody.
Yep.
And if you're waiting for a company to send you, you need to stop. People
Right.
spend thousands of dollars on college. You can spend 150, $200 on a test.
Yep.
take that test,
Like
baby.
I think that's a load of crap.
Jeremy says
You need to
everyone you
invest in
teach
your
should
career.
grow to be better than you, and you should be proud that they do. My apprentice now has more tickets than I do, and we bounce questions off each other. Be proud of who you teach, and maybe choose your apprentices. Tyson says that Vegas is different. The guys here don't last. There's got to be someone, though. No? Like, Vegas
No,
is
they just don't
tough.
last with Tyson.
Yeah, they just don't. Yeah, maybe it's you. Maybe
Yeah, it
it's you,
might
bro.
be a you problem, man.
Ease up on one of them.
Yeah, it's a new generation. I mean, it's not like it used to be. Like, when I was an apprentice,
Tyson,
I
do
I
you
heard
throw
many
the
times
rod?
get in the hole.
Get in the hole?
Get in the hole. Get in the hole. Go solder those fittings 30 feet in the crawl space. You know,
Oh
go
yeah.
jackhammer this,
I still
go
end
do
up in the
this,
fucking
dig this
crawl
ditch,
See,
space
I don't
too.
whatever.
know. See, I had Alex, and Alex is my only one that I ever had, and he was the stud. Like, would do anything, and then he
Yep.
retained everything I said. I don't think I repeated myself. Very rarely, I probably repeated myself twice.
15
He's the
years
one.
ago, I'd
Yeah,
agree.
but like I don't know how it is with the other guys, and I don't know how my
They're not
temper
like
would
that.
be with other guys either.
Oh, Tommy's got
They
a good question. He wants a tankless boiler slash water heater. What brands do you recommend? Brands to avoid. His is 15 years old, and he's preparing for it to shit the bed.
I
all
think
right.
that means it's
So
go bad.
That's a good question.
three brands I'd recommend. I would say number one, Lock and Bar would be my favorite. Number two would be Viessmann. Number three would be Navian.
Navian. I think I got a
I like
Noritz.
Navian. Navian's a lot better than it used to be. They got a bad rap about 5-10 years ago, but they are vastly improved since then.
There's a lot of comments to try to read. Sorry if
They're
I
all
mi- I'm
Navian
s- I'm
Coggins.
sorry. I'm sorry if I missed you. Daryl had a dry system piston lined copper blow up on the way weekend after I just did an annual on it. The dry system piston copper system, I think it says.
A piston?
I don't know. Viesman for the win.
I like
Viesman.
Viessmann.
I like Viesman.
German engineering.
I don't share
That's good
anything
stuff.
anymore. I'd have more respect for a noob that came in the morning and had a code book with them and asked a question and I could elaborate with them. Yeah, that's true. You don't see apprentices with a code book. But I guess I don't know Vegas. We have a pretty good vetting process in the union that we don't like by the time if you're a brand new apprentice, by the time you make it to me, you've been interviewed quite a few times that you hopefully not an idiot. I usually don't get
Mm.
idiots,
Well,
which is
I'm
that's
sure
great.
in the union, they come off, let's say they come off the bench, right? Like they're a lot more appreciative of it than say here in Atlanta, you just get a private company that it's like this guy, if he breathes, he can fog a mirror, so he should be able to hold a wrench, and just get that guy.
Yeah, I mean it works. Some guys want to be on the bench, and those are the tough ones when you get them where they'd rather be laid off.
I don't
Yeah,
know. I
that's
don't know how it would be,
Willing to
that's
teach,
rough.
apprentice.
willing to help. If you're willing to listen, I'm willing to learn. I think mine is Navian. Thank you. Sounds like an NTX valve, and the copper is the trimming line. Is the priming line? Here we go, Big Kev. See? I have my translators here. If you couldn't be a plumber, which trade would you have chose? I mean, obviously, he's gonna say fire sprinkler fitter.
Yeah, if he was smart.
I think I think the HVAC guys are making most of the money nowadays, selling mini splits and all kinds of refrigeration stuff is seems to be kind of one of the most in demand
Yeah,
areas right
where's my
now.
man Doug at? I think that's like what Doug's doing. He's going and wiring up like all that type of shit.
Dougie, I think Doug was doing. Yeah, I saw he had posted some stuff with some mini splits and stuff the other day, and I was gonna mess with
Yeah.
him. What are you doing out there? You running some refrigerator or
Mini
what?
splits. All the
When I
Yeah,
was
boys
an
from
apprentice,
Massachusetts,
like,
kid.
yeah, yeah.
and I think Bobby was the same way. We talked about it before, but like when I was an apprentice, I wanted to be a step ahead of my foreman at all times. I wanted him. I didn't want to say it, but I wanted him to feel dumb because I'm ahead of him. Like he can't keep up. Like I wanted
Right,
him to feel old, you know?
right, right. It's hard to find people. I mean, I was the same way when I was an apprentice. I was getting all kinds of praise from guys in the company, decent sized company. They're, oh, hey, I want Keith to work with me. Give me Keith. We'll go rough a house. We're gonna go do this job, do that job. And I'm not saying that to show off. I'm just saying that's the kind of attitude you need. Is if you're an apprentice and you're coming in, you want to get to the next level. You have to buy into it. So you kind of have to read the kids nowadays to see if you're buying in. Let's get it together. If you're not going to buy in, then what's it worth to anybody?
You got to get that ticket, man. Something that's
Yeah.
got Massachusetts on it. You can put it in your wallet and you can renew it
And it
every
takes a
couple of
long time to
years.
get that ticket now too. So,
Focus
you
on
know,
whatever it is. Just focus on one thing. Doesn't really matter which pipe trade it is. They're all very high paid right now.
yep.
But fire protection is the best, obviously.
I mean, I definitely think
You
so.
had guys that can't read a tape. Well, so I'd go to Home Depot and I'd get them one of them baby tapes that it says all the little it tells you all what the fractions
Spells it
are.
out.
It spells it out. It tells you every line, the 16th and the 8th and the 3/8, and then you say here, fuckhead. You make him use that for, he gets to use that for a week.
All right. Give
You
him a
can
little
usually
little
tell. You
wristwatch
can
with a
usually
calculator.
tell, like if you're at the same
Yeah.
job with a new guy, and he's like, you're at the same job all week, but he needs the GPS to get there every day. It's probably gonna take him a long time to fucking learn
That's a
shit.
bad sign.
It's a bad
That's
fucking
a
sign,
bad
kid.
sign.
Holy shit! Right? He's getting in his car and he's like scrambling to put the GPS on. I'm like, "Wait, aren't you just going home again? Didn't you just fucking go there yesterday? You
Yeah.
don't remember the way home? You've went there 5 times in a row. You still don't remember? It's gonna be a long fucking career. My real dad's doing HVAC and designing and drawing plans. He's not making shit right now.
No, tell him to
That's
charge more.
Darien. Charge more. Prices are going up. My fitter wouldn't let me hang pipe until I could think 2 steps ahead of him and be ready. Huh. I'd like to force like
Going
the
back to
like
charging what
the
you're
first
worth,
day.
like even with me selling for a
HVAC
company,
companies, two or three
like
times.
you cannot be afraid to throw numbers out there,
Yeah.
He
like
swapped
like
companies two or
heavy
three times
numbers.
in the
You
last
can't
year
be
due
afraid
to
to do
lack of
it.
money on his part and the company's. Don't come to work in a white t-shirt with a ketchup stain on it. What?
If you're getting every job you bid
What
on,
about a
you're
dirty
not charging
sprinkler
enough.
shirt? How about
Yes.
Tyson, can your helper show up in like a dirty sprinkler shirt? It's clean, but it's like stained dirty. Huh? I bet you're not allowed to show up dirty if you work for Tyson. Baby tape? I wish I had one of those in the day. Everyone can do side jobs besides sprinklers, so that's why they make more. That's true. That's a whole nother thing, is that sprinklers have no side work because of the liability.
Mm.
Um,
What's the
The-
permitting process for you guys? Like, you have to have like approved stamped plans for every
yeah, we have to pull
permit you pull.
permits and all
In
that.
in
Yeah.
Mass, you gotta have a Massachusetts sprinklers contractor's license.
So let's
But
say
you,
that I do something on the side. I go grab some. I have been collecting pipe in the backyard, and I have some heads that I've been collecting and stuff like that. And then I go and put in like,
sounds like a true
let's
story.
say 8 heads, right?
Allegedly.
Something happens,
Yeah.
Allegedly.
and
Just fucking
allegedly
say
something
allegedly a
happens, and I
couple
get
times.
tied to it.
Jesus
Like
Christ.
I'll go to court, go to jail,
Yeah.
100%. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Willing to see, yeah.
Well, it makes sense. If I go run a piece of plastic PEX line to a gas grill for somebody and it fucking blows up the neighborhood, I'm sure I'd be going to court and going to jail too, you know? So, I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I'm,
true.
it's just the nature of the business. You guys are in the business of protecting people's lives, you know?
And
We
it's
are
your
too, to an extent, but, that's literally your bottom line is to save people's lives. So, I mean,
and
that's
well, it
cool. It's,
goes back to like how, we're not in the houses that you're necessarily working in, so like that nice little old lady that's renovating, it's not calling me when her fucking sprinklers are leaking because there's no sprinklers there.
right.
So then it's a big building, and it's usually like the maintenance guy, and he knows that like just Bobby from the woods isn't supposed to be fixing the sprinklers. He knows he needs somebody else.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's definitely different because every other trade you could just like carpenters are building decks, fucking
Sure. But
masons
I
are out
mean,
there doing driveways and patios and shit.
you guys are at an advantage by by that being licensed guys. You've got the work to yourselves. You don't have handymen and stuff like that taking jobs away from you
Yeah,
guys.
we
We get
literally cannot for like because of law.
My tapes in
right.
centimeters? No way. No way. I don't believe that. A centimeters tape? I
The
don't fuck.
Canadian tape measure.
You better be able to on the fly convert my fucking measure to your centimeter bullshit. Sorry.
What kind of stuff are you working on right now, Bobby? We all got going on.
So I'm at the 12th. I was on the 12th floor tower, and they're like, "Oh, did you hear about the flood?" And I'm like, "Fuck, of course." And I'm not here when there's a fucking flood. And like, you got videos? They're like, "Yeah." It's like, "All right, airdrop me the video as you show it to me." And it was the demo guy sheared off inch and a quarter off of a high pressure cold water main going up the tower. It ran for 40 minutes before they could shut it off
No
on
way.
Jesus.
level 12. Yeah. So the video's only like 4 seconds long. I'll post it one of these days, and it's like they're all just nobody knew what to do.
So since it's high level, it has a domestic pump attached to it.
It looked like a 4 inch cold water copper, all sweated, and it had like it was inch and a quarter coming out, and they broke the valve off.
Oh
Who
no.
was it that broke the valve?
They were demoing the whole floor.
Oh God.
So the whole pod's getting demoed, and it was like we were at the end, like that was the last little bit to demo.
Sprinklers don't get shut down for demo either, right? They have
No,
to
we
stay
no
live.
no we do that. I was the first guy in. I'm the first guy in every time I go in. When I'm there, usually like the nurses and stuff are still pushing their carts out. They're taking their printers. They're taking all the important stuff, and then once they close the doors and they leave,
Right.
anything that's left is essentially up for grabs because it's just gonna go in the dumpster anyway. So like if you want a
Yeah.
fucking computer chair or something, you could take it if you want one.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just gonna all get thrown away. And
So
Yeah.
during
you're
So
saying that your Facebook Marketplace is pretty lit, huh?
no, I mean it could be, but I don't have the time.
so
But
what
then
happened with that one? Why was that system was live, obviously, right? Why didn't it get shut down?
so that was a plumbing system.
Oh, okay. It wasn't a
And
sprinkler
so it
system.
was going, it was inch and a quarter. It was going to feed like a sink and a toilet and a little shower, like for a patient room.
Yep.
Actually, I think it was feeding two of the patient rooms, and it was all demoed out down to the last couple valves, and they just, I think like the stud fell and broke it off. And I was talking to the laborer, and he was telling me they had a cap. He had a inch and a quarter cap in his pro press gun, and they were all trying to hold the cap on while the guy was trying to
They
press
couldn't
it,
hold it on.
and they couldn't.
Yeah,
I
you
God.
need a
was,
ball
and
valve
I
for
was like,
that.
that's what I said. I was asking, like, did you have a ball valve? And he's like, I don't know if we had a ball valve. He just came with the cap. I'm like, you need a ball valve,
Should have
you
called the
know?
plumber.
Well, oh shit
I think the
sticks, you
plumber
know.
was the one that had the cap with the pro press gun, but I'd hope that he would have grabbed the ball valve if he had it.
Right.
Baby tape. Everyone can do. Let me see. I hate that shit. Go to Walmart and buy a new shirt. There's no reason to look like you took a bath in threading oil. Anything over 20 heads here, you have to pull permits in Indiana. Over 20 heads. So if you just go around banging 19 head jobs.
That sounds like a lot, right?
Las Vegas depends on the jurisdiction. 5 heads or less is on a letter. More than 5 heads is a full set of plans. Shaggy and fireproof. Same here. JW.
Whoa.
Additions, any modifications to a system is a permit. Canadian tape measures, read, and beers. Like for like, fixes or repairs or maintenance. Dang, you guys are popping off. I love it. Don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, send that shit to the moon. I'm always pushing YouTube, but if you have Spotify, go on to Spotify and give us a follow over there. Send us a like, give us a listen. If you can't watch us live, listen while you drive.
It all helps us grow. And then the biggest part is why we started Dope and Tape is for the community, to the movement, to get us all together.
What is this? This is a free ad for Arua. Trying something out. I got lab mics. I got a 2-piece lab mic just to test out and see how I like it. It just plugs
Arua.
right into my phone through a fucking lightning, and then I'm just gonna fucking be like clipping this bad boy on right here or something. Be like, yo, what up? It's
We're
Bobby.
gonna have to figure something out for September.
I'm
We
gonna
gotta
see. I'm
have
gonna
at
see
least
how
like
this
four
works,
mics.
and then I'll get the one that has 4 mics, but it's like $200.
If any of you guys
Jesus
have
Christ,
experience
I can't put it on
with
that. There we go.
like
Bam.
with
That's not bad.
lapel mics and stuff like that, please let us know.
Damn, couldn't I
We
just?
ball it on a budget, so don't
Couldn't
hit
I
us with
just like?
something
Couldn't
that's
I
like
just do something
crazy.
like this? Can I just clip that thing to my hat? Boom.
I
That's
don't
fucking.
think so. I
It's
think it
closer.
needs to be.
That's the same length as to my mouth as my fucking neck is.
It
My
might be
fucking
like
forehead.
directional,
What?
like designed to be up instead of down. You know,
Testing, testing. Oh, my
like
dogs are
my
barking.
mic is designed to be like
Why are my
towards
dogs
me.
barking? It's fucking late. Nothing on the cameras.
So,
Yeah, I'll
Bobby,
test it out.
you really think that dope goes on before tape, huh?
Yeah,
Hundred
dude.
percent
Yeah, every time.
every time.
It took me like 15 years to find somebody that does it that way.
Really?
Really?
Everybody I ever worked with did tape then dope. Some guys would use just tape, some very rarely just dope, but most of the guys would do tape then dope. And then I was on Nantucket actually, incidentally, and we were doing something semi live connection, and he doped it and taped it, and I was like, oh, dope then tape, right? I'm like, really? And he's like, yeah. What do you do? I said, I do tape then dope. And he said, I've never heard of that. I said, I've never heard of that.
Why get all messy, man? Keep it clean.
Uh,
You
I don't
know?
even
Well,
do it
yeah.
for that. For probably
You think it works better,
my
right?
whole apprenticeship and a little bit into my journeyman, I did dope tape dope.
Yeah.
I
That
would
seems
dope,
sloppy.
then I would
Not
tape, then I
sloppy. It
would
seems a
dope.
little
Oh,
messy, no?
it was messy, but
Yeah.
it would never fucking leak, boy.
Yeah.
But then I was like, then I like wanted to like, then I turned in a little bit into Tyson as I started getting more into my journeyman and started really caring. I'm like, I'm looking like a fucking slob every day, covered in dope.
Yeah.
So then it
Yeah.
was
Well,
just
you got to use the right dope
I
too.
eliminated that last dope right there. It was just doped in tape. And
Yeah.
uh, and
I'm gonna give it a try.
and usually for sprinkler fitters, it's a big puzzle. So if I'm going and I dope up a bunch of pieces, and maybe I don't make it through all those pieces, well, the tape's there to protect my dope from fucking getting all dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll give it a shot.
I like to fill the crevices with dope and then fucking lock it in with the Teflon, baby. Only do
That's
on the
all I've ever
machine
done.
side so
That's
you
all I
don't
was ever
break.
taught.
Oh snap! No dope or tape. Dry send?
Dry
Yeah, no.
sand.
When you get a big bundle of pipe and you got to pee
Then
on
roll it
all
in sand.
no you pee on all the shop threads and then you send it out to the guys and so it's nice and rusty when they put it in.
Yeah.
No dope.
No dope.
Tell them to
What's
pee
your
on it too once they get it.
what's your dope of choice, Bobby?
I like the
Super dope.
I know Daryl's gonna want me to shout out his dope as my favorite dope,
You
but I
said
like the.
super dope.
I
Super
do like
dope.
super dope. Yeah, super dope is what. If I'm doing
I got
black,
some dope. Hold up.
if
I
I'm
got some
doing,
right here.
if I have my Argo box from Daryl that has all his dope, but I just like the regular. Is it PFT, PFFT?
Yeah.
I got
Uh,
I got a picture handy, I think, or maybe I can get a reel.
Boy, it's that Tough Glide.
I can get a reel faster.
It's
TFP,
not
right?
True Glide. It's Tough Glide. All
I
right.
like I like that pipe fit. Can you see it? Not really.
I use Pipe Fit a lot and Super Dope.
Super
I
dope.
think I think I've used more Pipe Fit than any other dope.
Yeah.
I
You
think
ever,
I think we're
hey,
using different dopes. I think you guys have different
super
dopes from
dope.
your supplier than we do.
Anaerobic.
You ever sniff your
Never
dope?
seen that.
You want to sniff some
Absolutely,
dope?
you have to.
I'll sniff some
You ever
dope.
sniff some dope?
Yeah, let's see it.
You got to make sure it's good. Make
Oh
sure it's
yeah,
not
that
moldy,
fucking smells like super
skunked.
dope.
Well,
Really,
this stuff's thick,
really
man.
smells like super dope.
And
Yeah, but
creamy.
do you have super weld? Huh?
Dude, I've never heard of any of these.
Anaerobic weld porosity sealant. Woo!
No.
All right, that one smells like chemicals.
Pro dope. You guys ever use pro dope?
No.
Pro dope. No.
Yeah,
Super
you
well.
guys you guys are on a different level.
No, I've never used this. My buddy Daryl sent it to me. And then I got the Tough Glide. I got the Tough
Well,
Glide.
I'm
Shout out
not
to Argo. 42 years of excellence.
my black iron connections need to hold 3 psi, not 175.
Yeah, see that you guys like get to pump. You guys get to test your shit with a little bike pump.
It's
Yeah.
adorable.
Yep.
Very cute.
I use a
So
little Milwaukee inflator.
you know the compressor that the guys outside jackhammering use that they tow behind the truck?
Sure. The
That
big
that
ass
big
truck
fucking compressor.
compressors, yeah.
Yeah. So if I can't find an open end, I hook that bad boy up to it.
Well, yeah,
I find that little hose attachment. They're usually 3/4, and you hook it into the
yeah.
system. You turn that bad Larry on. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter
you're gonna
if it's a 6-inch outlet. It's still gonna bring the system to like 175, and it's gonna have that fucking outlet howling. And you'll find the open end like this every time.
yeah.
And those
How long
guys
does
are
it take you to test the system like that? An hour or something?
no. Typically, if I'm looking for an
2 hours.
if I'm looking for an open outlet, and I'm at the point where I'm trying to connect to that compressor, we've probably been searching for hours and
Yeah.
hours. We can't find the open outlet. We're dumping the compressor into it. I
Yeah.
can't get a blowback. I did the perfume trick one time. I don't necessarily like that trick.
Huh.
You dump a
Yeah.
bunch of perfume into it and then pump it up, and then you walk around the job and try to smell the perfume, but you get the fucking shit.
Fabuloso.
You get
You
it.
smelled like
You get
a
it
woman
all
for a
over
month?
you. You get it all over you as you're doing it, so you can't be the guy looking.
Right.
You're only a fitter if you eat a spoonful of dope. You want me to? Is that a dare?
Yeah. Yeah. That's a double dog
Blow
there.
back every time before fill. Oh yeah. Blow back, air, fill. I'm using white Permatex now. You can't fail. Yeah, until you try to take it apart, Jeremy. I spit on my Vic couplings. What if you're putting on like 100 of them, bro? Doped in tape. It's cleaner, and then spit on it. I'm digging my Venom dope Mr. Bezos sent me. Argo is good except in the cold. PFTE tape pipe fit is the best. Yes, that's what I was looking for, Kev. Who do you have for the next episode? Great question, Carlos. You guys are on it today. What do we got? Oh, we got Fazio. It's my boy Mike Fazio. I butt dialed him today. He called me right back. The shop guy is a Mike F name too, and he was right above. And so I'm ringing, and I look, and I'm like, uh-oh, this is the next guest. So we got Fazio, and then on Tuesday the 6th we got Tom, who's usually here in the comments. Yep, he's here. He's talking about the Venom dope from Bezos. And then on the 8th we're bringing back Chad. Chad's at a new company. You guys see Chad. I'm sharing his shit. He's usually got the good audio. He's got the good songs. Hasn't he got mashed
And
up
it's
some
like he's always in like resorts, you know?
dude's on vacation. Him and Brielli, they're on vacation. And then on the 13th we got Sammy.
Yeah.
Sammy? Yeah, Sammy. And then we need to start booking. We need the 15th and on. Who's coming on next? Let's go. Get us I want like an old Let's find the oldest sprinkler fitter that we could find that knows how to use Zoom. Let's get like some old guy that's been doing it forever that can just yell at us
All
like
right, I'm
old
gonna
times.
go.
I
I'm
have to
gonna
teach
call
him.
the guy. I'm gonna call the pump guy tomorrow.
Yeah?
Tomorrow.
What's his
I'm
name?
saying it. It is.
What,
Help me out, Kev.
Wills?
I'm drawing a blank.
Something with like an S on his first name has an
Yeah.
S at the end of it, like Wills.
Wells Lacrosse
Yes. See?
legend.
I got you. Call him up. You liking those 1-inch Vic Bobbies? No, I'm not. We put on about 100 and I had fucking maybe half a dozen fucking drip. Like they just drip and then like you gotta all the guys want to drain it down and fucking I just don't have time for that shit. I'm up there with a fucking hammer beating the fucking thing and I'm just hoping and praying that little washer don't come off. But I mean whatever. The 1-inch Vicks, not my favorite. Not yet. Sounds like the DWV league test, little permanent test. The guy who handles peppermint cannot be building in the building after he mixes and applies the formula. Is
Yeah, it's
that
actually in our code.
is it?
Yeah, so you dump the peppermint in, you're gone. You have to leave. You have to you can't go in the building at all. Just in
Yeah,
case you get a little trace of that on you and it screws up the whole test. You
we
guys should do the
need
same thing.
we need we need that. I don't know if we have that in our code because you just fucking you get a guy that dumps a can of Axe in the fucking thing and then he walks around with everybody and that's all you smell the whole time.
You keep smelling the the laborer that sprayed too much deodorant that morning.
Thanks for sharing with us, greatest tradesman. Community is rad. Keep it going, fellas. Signing off. Thanks, Chad. See you tomorrow. 4
Cool,
a.m. club,
cool.
right? You see Marky Mark? You gotta rep it. You gotta rep the brand. On brand, dope and tape. I put the I think I got the fucking I think I got the right here. Right here. Dope and tape. Stop spread shop fucking slash whatever it is. You can see it. Dope dash and dash tape dot myspreadshop.com. We appreciate everybody watching live or the replay. You guys are awesome. Most of the reason why we're doing this is for you. Thanks for coming on and talking with us
Yeah,
and
thank
telling
you.
us your
Yeah.
story.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's cool talking to you guys.
We're gonna catch up. All right, everybody. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for firing off in the chat. I might have missed you. If I missed you, I'm sorry. Chandler and I work on getting you the living legend. Oh yeah, Michael Cabral. Let's do it. Look at show him I got his shirt on. Oh yeah, and I got the sign. Hold on. Look at what Chandler and Darian sent me. He knows I'm a sign guy, so my wife's carrying the. She's like, this one's heavy. Love it. I think this one says it was made in Rhode Island. No? RI?
That's pretty cool.
RI? That's got to be Rhode Island, no?
That's awesome. That's
Yeah,
very
looks like
cool.
And that made it all the way out to fucking western Kansas out there, you know? Oh, California, aka Western Kansas. I promise tomorrow I'm shipping you the the water motor gong that Tom's got. You've been sending me pictures of. Doing a fire pump yesterday. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate. We'll see you. Give us a follow. Shout out our next guest, and stay tuned for Thursday.